Hello, I'm Diana Kanecki from Kanecki Art, and what I'd like to talk about is the fusion of design. Um, I would like to give two examples, um, but the first thing that comes from design is a sketchbook. I, for many years, have carried one. Even in a movie on Steve Jobs just showed he carried a sketchbook as well. Let me page through it and show you some things that I mean. Um, let's see. Some of it can be just ideas, and let's see, what else do we have? Others can be concepts, and also designs, as well as thinking visually and also literally. Or just making strategy. Um, but the thing is about design, though, um, many people think of design as it's either related to fashion or they don't think of it as technology. But actually, to me, I think of it as a fusion because when I started my undergraduate studies at UW Parkside, um, at the time, it's interesting, my first classes were not in computer science. They actually were in Art 2D, um, media communications, mathematical problem solving, and all those were taught by professors who actually had us refer to them by the first name, Beecham, Don, Dave, um, which is sort of interesting for me because as a freshman coming from high school, you're used to saying, well, Mr. such and such or Mrs. such and such. And some people believe in doing that because they say people can't um, become disrespectful if they say Mr. or Mrs. But it actually is a form of social control. But with with professors I had, they also enforced boundaries too. That they didn't go for students going not having commitment or not studying, but it wasn't a forced control by saying Mr. or Mrs. or Doctor or Professor. Um, but the point is, in design, um, I was able to learn from seeing both aspects, the visual aspect as well as the technical aspect and the written aspect. For example, in art, you think visually. You draw, you use media to construct things. In technology, um, also you think visually. You may use a flow chart, you may use a mind map. Um, in those days, well, basically, is also as writing code, which was most of the time is easier to write it in a notebook or get a printout, and then you take the printout and you add insertions rather than try to go back and do adding it back into the editor at a later time. Um, the thing is, design is a creative process. Like, for example, yesterday I watched a video on YouTube on how to make a pettiskirt. Um, and it was interesting. The person made it very easy for me to follow. Mentioned about using um, a ruffle attachment to the sewing machine, and setting the sewing machine at 3 to vary the size of the ruffle. Um, and it was about 26 minutes, and I was able to follow through. But part of the reason I was able to follow through is because part of my design experiences, my grandmother taught me on her old 1905 Singer, which actually had a foot pedal and actually had an electric pedal that you could turn. In addition, it could take different size sewing needles, so actually you could use it to make a purse as well as you could use it to make silk, because she used to make outfits from my dad and my aunt. She, like, for their communion dresses, she actually made them all silk herself. And for my aunt, the tops, she made them all silk herself since she was a trained seamstress. And worked when. But the other thing is she also taught me about the value of sewing. And the reason why this is important is because even when I develop an application, I still think of an application like the way it took a while for people who work in Forth to think about it, as threads of code. You have a thread going to this block, the thread being data, another thread going to this block, and eventually it comes out to what you want to do. And um, just like fashion design is um, basically you're taking components, you're putting them together, um, and you're making a product. It's the same thing as coding. You you start with an idea. Eventually the ideas become blocks of code that you like components you put together, and you have threads that go across. The same thing as making art design for theater. And one of my favorite things is when I do come on campus is to walk by the theater wing because I enjoy seeing what they're doing regarding like folks because it's exactly the same way that we started um, way long ago in the 80s, 70s regarding creative ideas. It was you first did a sketch. There's a sketch like for example the latest play was a funny thing happened. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. Um, there's sketches of the characters in the costume. And then as you I walked by the costume, I could see some of the finished costumes, and also sometimes I may have a chance to chat with a few friends to see how I was doing, or even participate like I did last year on some when I participated in the background and helping with one costume, government inspector, and oh I forgot that one, but that was a great experience. And the thing is, the creative process whether someone works in theater or whether someone works in code, we share a lot of things together because we work with thumbnail sketches, we work with mind maps, we chat, we share ideas, we try things, we work things out, we work on blocks of code. Sometimes we work on things all that we already have in stock, um, and that's that's the thing where design is. Is a unifying concept. Whether one's in theater, technology, communications, media, um, humanities, science, it is a unifying concept because when you think of design and you discuss design, you open your mind and you think of ideas for new things, but also you think about how were some other things made and um, sometimes that helps understand the world we live in. Also, can help make our world better. Um, but we do have a common platform to talk on, and design is it. Let me know what you think. I post my video links on Twitter at Diana1A, as well as on YouTube and on the Diana K channel. So, and I prefer to be contacted by Twitter at Diana1A. And think creatively and have a positive day.